when we were deciding upon what systems to put into our building, we wanted to make sure that we could utilize systems to make our team's jobs easier, so for operational efficiencies. But we also wanted to use systems that would collect data so that we could help be a part of the care coordination and planning with our residents. And and then helping just the families understand what's really going on in the lives of their loved one, and having the data to kind of show them versus just always kind of telling them.
The idea is that this device goes in the shoe, the battery charge lasts quite a while, and if a resident does elope, leave the community, you can actually build a geofence and say, look, it goes on a half-mile walk every day through this pathway. That's acceptable. We'll build a geofence around that. And the minute the resident leaves that pathway, and for each resident it could be different. So it may be a courtyard, it may just be a simple path around the building, or it may be a half-mile away. When the resident leaves that, we want our staff to be alerted so that we can go redirect them and hopefully bring them back home.
It's a robot that was developed out of Japan with a scientist that's working with the MIT Age Lab. We brought Pyro in as a demo in one of our Northern Cali facilities for 6 weeks. Again, collected serious outcomes measurements that we got through collection tools through work with universities. We were able to reduce wandering and pacing by 95% in all of our residents. We're able to reduce agitation and negative behaviors by significant amounts. We were able to increase staff efficiencies, particularly on low shifts like nights or weekends, and their ability to deliver quality service and help residents with overall, reducing agitation. And we reduced our psychotropic drugs by 15%. We had to talk very specifically about some of the dynamics that people had to agree to face. Hey, you have a role in it, whatever it is, you need to figure out what your role is. B, we're gonna fail, you're gonna fail, possibly, and that's gonna be okay because we don't want you not to try new things because you're afraid of failing. We're gonna teach you the basic skills of innovation. Everyone can learn them. This is not about a creative, innovative genius in the corner. It's something everyone can participate in. And then 4, we kind of blew up the piloting process and said, you're all now going to engage in pilots, and we want you to start thinking about how we can change and what you can do in your area and with other people. And then the last thing we said is, you can't do it alone, and we expect you to collaborate. We want you to work outside of your silos differently.
With that, thank you all so much, and thank you to our panelists.